Today I want to briefly talk about something which I kind of touch on different times when we have this talk, but I have never really thought of categorizing it until something I read, something I saw, crystallized something in my mind. The 4 pillars of happiness. What are the 4 essentials that we really need in order to be happy? One is the body, the food we eat, right? The second is the mind, that's the level of stress and what we do in order to reduce that stress. The third is the prana we get in the form of exercise. What we do to exercise, how does that change body chemistry? And the last one I'm going to talk about, and it's not money, it's not work. The last one is caring and nurturing relationships. These 4 basic things decide how happy we're going to be, right? And as long as we have these 4, everything else will be fine. Everything else will be fine. In the sense, I'm not saying that your economic life is not important. It is. It is. But we tend to focus a lot of our day, and you'll know by the way your work is scheduled, a lot of our day on making money, and we ignore these other 4 aspects that are very important for your body chemistry and for your state of mind and for your happiness. Now, in my classes, I talk to you a lot about the mind and stress. All our sessions, week after week, focus on the way we can reduce stress by creating time each day for meditation, for your Hamsa pranayama, and a total of 30 minutes a day is all that I ask for. 20 minutes of meditation, 15 to 20 minutes of meditation, and 10 minutes of breathing. This is the pathway to, and those that have joined the Hamsa group, the Hamsa Pranayama group, and I think Rita from this, Rita and Karni do it, from this group. Karni is not here today. They can verify how that changes your life when you commit 100% to doing the breathing every single day. And they have done it for cycles of 40 days again and again and again. When you meditate every day and not just once a week on Wednesday evenings, when you meditate each and every day, it changes the way the day unfolds for you. This is the truth. This is the magic of meditation. But because I am not giving you a meditation drink or a meditation mantra which costs money, the value of it is not realized, because we are so used to quantifying everything in our lives that we don't realize the things that are available to us for free. And these are the most precious. To spend 15 or 20 minutes in a day just relaxing and escaping from the world's problems, escaping from the mind, getting into that space of nothing. And just when you emerge from that and you get into your daily life, your life is different. The way you tackle your problems is different. Everything changes. The second aspect that I'm going to talk to you is about the body. This body, this level of existence in Hinduism is called the Annamaya Kosha. That is the level of food. The very first level of existence. what we put into our mouth every single day. And this is extremely important. Having periods of fasting and periods of feasting is how we were originally designed. We were not designed to eat every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, every 2 hours. That is not how it is. It was not that people went on a kill and then they killed a deer and then they first ate a few spoons of deer, then came back 2 hours later and had a few extra nibbles and then had no. They ate as much as they could in one sitting, because then for a long period of time the body would go without food. And our bodies need that period of rest, because in that period of rest comes a lot of inner healing, an increase in the growth hormone, a dropping of insulin levels, which has a profound effect on every other aspect of our existence. When insulin levels fall in your body, your sugars reduce, your pressure reduces, the amount of triglycerides in your body reduces. And if I start naming all the things that happen when just that one hormone changes in your body, you will be shocked. In addition to this, a lot of other things, for example, something called autophagy, which is a repurposing of your body, takes place between 24 and 36 hours of fasting. So in order to keep your body clean and functioning well, you need to have this extended fast at least once in a year. A 3-day fast at least once in a year. And if that can't be done, you start small. Start by making your 8-hour fast into a 12-hour, into a 16-hour, into an 18-hour. So, I have discovered an immense power in fasting, which is so spiritual. It is not about denying yourself food. It is not about starvation. But it is about recognizing that there is hunger in your body, that there is this sensation arising in your body, and choosing not to eat. This is powerful. This is really powerful, because our closets and our refrigerators are overflowing with choices. So many things. There are different types of nuts and fruits. Look at your house. Look at how many things are available to you for just a moment of hunger. But to go through to know that for a period of 18 hours, there will be hunger rising, there will be hunger falling, but I do nothing. I don't put anything into my mouth. That is a very empowering experience. Fasting is so spiritual, and this is the reason why Christians have done it during Lent, why Muslims have done it during Ramadan, why Hindus do it for a variety of months, why Jains do it for Paryushan. Why? Because that period of time when hunger is rising and you think, I need to eat. But if you say God wants you to fast, it helps you to go through, overcome that period of hunger that comes up for about 10-15 minutes, and then it goes away. It comes up again after a few hours for 10-15 minutes, and then it goes away. So it trains you to observe your body and observe this hunger as just an emptiness. Just like in meditation, there is an emptiness and you're doing nothing. It is that same training that you pull into your life, and that takes you to different levels. It takes you to different levels. You can apply that to so many different things in your life, so many habits that you're trying to break. of shopping, of staring at your phone, of eating sugar, of needing someone to tell you that you're okay. We have so many addictions. We need that dopamine hit all the time. All the time. Some need it with their phone. Some need it with drink, having a drink every single day. Some need it with sugar. They need their donuts and their desserts and their food. If they don't eat at those regular hours, it's like they're going completely crazy. But you can stay without food, and it's a training. It is empowering. And the benefits to your health are difficult to even describe. What do we have left on this earth? We want to be happy. We don't want health problems. We don't want to be a burden on our children. We want to be good. Introduce fasting into your life. And then when you eat your meal, one meal or two meals, whatever you choose to eat, enjoy that food thoroughly. Create meals for yourself that are complete, that include all kinds of vegetables. And if you eat sometimes some type of meat, eat that as well by all means, if that's what you choose to do. But whatever meal you're eating, enjoy it. Eliminate the sugar from your life. Do what's good for the body, because sugar and insulin changes everything in your body. We don't realize this because it's a silent killer. And then before you know it, all modern medicine does is just pump you with medication, insulin and more insulin, until you get end organ failure. Wake up and realize the state of your body determines the state of your mind. All these hormones have a tremendous impact on how you think. When the body is fasting, it is under a certain amount of stress. There is stress, and that shows up in the way we face our hunger. We feel hungry, and you feel that tremendous anxiety, you want to get to food. And that is where you use your meditation to just go through those periods of absolute no food. It's all a combination, body and mind. And while I've talked about this very briefly, I am so convinced about the power of spiritual fasting that I will talk about it again in the future. But I want to move on to the third pillar of health, and that is physical exercise. Our bodies were not supposed to be sitting in front of computers for 8 hours a day. This is not what we were built for. For billions of years, millions of years, and I'm not good with numbers and figures, so excuse me. I know that if we compare it to a 24-hour day, modern settled agricultural life is about 30 minutes. And the time we started eating processed food is about 10 seconds. So our bodies are more used to the way we lived earlier, eating whole natural foods, running in the wild, physical exercise, effort, lot of effort. We were not built for this sedentary lifestyle. So at least for an hour in a day, devote yourself to vigorous physical exercise. Introduce things like even short 20 or 30 minutes of weight training to pack the calcium in your bones as you grow older. Introduce flexibility and do a little bit of yoga. Do some, if nothing else, go for a long walk. 3 or 4 times a week. Cycle, whatever it is. exercise is extremely important because of the endorphins it releases in your body. All of this contributes to your health. So you can't do only one thing and expect to be happy all the time. Say, I exercise, but you don't meditate. You don't eat right. You don't have nurturing friends. You can't do one and expect complete happiness. A lot of people get stuck on the body. They get stuck on exercising, but they're not eating right and they're not giving their body the rest and the break that it needs. They're actually abusing their body because from morning to night it's processed foods and shakes and cereals and white bread and cookies and fruits and all of one type of thing instead of balancing it out. Instead of understanding what is important in a meal. You must exercise, but don't only exercise, meditate as well. You need the meditation. Be careful, give your body periods of extended fasting so that your body rests and recovers and your gut receives the food correctly. And then the last thing that is so important is maintaining, nurturing relationships with people that encourage you, that are good for you, that are good for your soul. Stop thinking that your life is all about you and your husband and your 2 children. Yes, you matter, but feel your entire society as being an extension of yourself. The extent to which you do all of this. If people don't have nurturing relationships, they are lonely. What is the reason for one of the biggest problems of the developed world? What is the biggest problem? Depression. People are lonely, they feel unloved, they feel unaccepted, they feel less of themselves, they feel unsuccessful. And one of the greatest antidotes, if I were a doctor and I had to treat depression, I would just say, put your phone away. You do it for 2 hours, you'll feel better. You do it for 6 hours, you'll feel even better. You do it for a whole day, you'll feel fine. We get our relationships through our phone. Always looking at it, always looking at it. That is not a relationship. That is nothing. That message that you keep putting on Facebook or wherever the I don't like, I like, that is nothing. Those are not relationships. Relationships are those that are always around you, that you're always in touch, that actually come from physical and personal contact face to face. The success of your relationships makes you realize how much you love, how much you're capable of loving. And we mistake these online relationships to be something real and get so disappointed when they don't do anything for you. It's better to have two people that really care for you than 700 imaginary friends on Facebook. It's better to have a little dog who loves you unconditionally than to just be isolated from this world. The modern world has made us terribly isolated. We live in little boxes in our homes. The weather, especially in winter, keeps us indoors. We don't go out enough. We don't meet people enough. The pandemic has made things even worse. There is this loneliness, this feeling that nobody loves me. And from there stems all anxiety and depression. Reach out to one new person every week, just to ask them how they are doing. Call one person, somebody, your parents, friends, some couple you haven't talked to in ages. Just call them up and see how happy you will make them, and in that you will find your own happiness. When you go visit a new city, a new place, check out and see who you know there. And see if they'd like to meet with you. Reach out to people, do something for someone else that is not asked of you. That I'll only wash dishes when somebody tells me to wash a dish. Do it without someone asking you. That I only bake a cake for someone, if I'm paid for it. Do something without people asking you for it. In that you get the best rewards. This is what is lacking in modern society. This touch, and now we have to make it so artificial. Meetups and groups and, things like that are so contrived. Think about your life. Out of these 4 pillars, what do you have? And what do you need to focus on?